Proposed bedrooms layout for the house. Right, so this isn't to scale, and I've done some videos, short videos as well, just to um, back up what I've sort of written down here, what I've drawn out here. So you've got what I would imagine be the master bedroom on the right hand side, bedroom 1. And then you've got bedroom 2 on the left hand side, front of the house, bedroom 3, left hand side, rear of the house, and the shower room. And so as you come up the stairs, you come to the top quarter turns. You then got your corridor, and that corridor then feeds 4 doors. So it should be fairly decent access for anybody heading to the bedrooms or heading to the shower room from any of the bedrooms, or even just somebody going upstairs just to use the shower. So you've got what I've done is on the videos that I've done for each of the rooms, I've sort of roughly marked it out with some of the briquettes, and then I've done a little chalk drawing giving some dimensions so we can get a bit of an idea of how much room we've got to play around with. Obviously you've got the perimeter of the house, so the left hand side as you're looking at it, you've got the chimney breast there, and that's the gable end, and the right hand side is where it adjoins with my neighbours, and the wall in the middle, the A-frame in the middle, that wouldn't be moved at all. So that's obviously restricting me to a degree what I can or can't do. And at the moment, the opening to get from one side of the room to the other is going to be moved. So you can see I've marked out where the proposed corridor would be from as you come up the stairs. So you head up the stairs and immediately you've got this corridor. To the left of that, that's the area that will be chopped out to make the opening to run through to the other 3 rooms that are on the left-hand side, which I haven't done as yet. So the opening that's currently there, obviously that will get closed up and won't have any impact then on either of the bedrooms, front or at the front or at the side. So just putting these briquettes down just to give you an idea of where the corridor's coming in at, and I'd imagine the door is going to be opposite the entranceway. Well, that's how I've drawn it out. So you could got to remove the 3 bricks on the right hand side there, and that will give you an idea where you're going to step into that room. And the room itself, it's the biggest of all 3. It does have to accommodate the stairs, but you've got enough room to get wardrobes and all sorts of things in there. The briquettes that are currently down on the floor, they're going to be all lifted. The floor itself isn't level, so it's a question of battening out all the floors upstairs to try and get them onto some sort of a level, and then it'd be something like OSB board that would be used before the laminate goes down. So from where the return of the corridor is, it gives you around about 2.4 meters or 8 foot. So that's the shallowest point, and that's taking you. That still gives you. You've got loads of head height. I mean, the nice thing about this loft is the head height's fantastic on it. And then I think widthways, you've got something like 11 foot, or maybe a bit more than that. So it's definitely going to be the biggest of the 3 bedrooms. Yeah, actually, it's 3.9 meters. That's the deepest part. So that would be from the front of the house where the bedroom starts to where the staircase comes in. So because you've got that slight return where you've got the corridor, obviously you're going to lose a few feet or a metre or so, and but you've then got a 13-foot distance. So you can come through and get like a big double bed in there, and wardrobes and chest of drawers and whatever you need to do, dressing table for the ladies, whatever you need. And currently the hole that's in the left hand side there, that was the bizarre sort of heating planet the guy had. And then you got widthways, you got 3.1 meters, which is around about 11 foot. So it's a good old size room, this. And that's taking you up to where the partition wall is between my neighbour and myself. So that will need to get insulated a wee bit. And obviously none of the A-frames are plumb, none of them are straight. So I'll have to do something on that side. I'd like to keep the A-frame in the centre. I'd like to keep that visible between the rooms because I think it's quite a nice feature. But I can't really do it on the neighbour's side because it's too open there. It's going to have to get closed up somehow. A bit of insulation and whatever I can think of to do it. And obviously then the other partitions would be metal railed and plasterboarded. So you can see this is the partition wall between myself and my neighbours. And there's like I said, there's huge gaps in it and everything else. So, but as we turn back round, you should be able to see it's not exactly rectangular, but it's practically you're just losing the space where the corridor comes in. But other than that, it's a decent size. So I'm more than happy with that. And it looks like it's just a matter of, there you go, that's a slightly better shot of it. So you've got the minimum of 2.4 meters, the maximum of 3.9 meters, and then the width of 3.1 meters. So it's a good old size room. And like I say, the opening that's currently there, the doorway, that's going to be closed up. And where the bricks are, the briquette's been laid out for the corridor. That's where the proper opening will be, to be able to connect all the bedrooms together. Right, so hopefully that's kind of explained the bedroom one. So then we go back to this, so you can kind of see it again there, looking on the plan. Bedroom one, how it sort of has to stagger a wee bit to allow for the corridor and obviously the door that's going to come in on the right hand side. And then we'll lead into bedroom two. Bedroom two is slightly wider, just because the way the A-frame was set out. It's the same downstairs. One side of it's around about 4 meters and the other side's around about 3 meters. So you gain a wee bit with the width, but you're going to lose a little bit because I decided I wanted to split the area into at least 2 bedrooms. I just think it makes more sense to have 3 bedrooms upstairs rather than just 2. So this is possibly slightly more awkward to see, but you can see again it's sort of staggered slightly. The doorway will be, as you're looking at it now, just beyond the broom. That would be the door opening to get you into that bedroom. And then it's slightly more squarer as a shape. So you've got, again, what I did, I've done a little, on the briquettes, I drew it out on chalk, but on these, what I've done is I had a little bit of panel of ply, and I've just done the basic plan again on the plywood with a couple of dimensions. So you can see where the broom is, that would be the new opening. So that would be the open corridor, which sort of it's going to be L-shaped. So you come up the stairs, you've got the corridor facing you, and then it veers to the left, and then that leads into these 3 rooms on the left-hand side. You've got, again, you've got decent head height, and you've got the chimney breast on one side, and the wall on the right-hand side, the A-frame partition, I will keep as that. Turn the sound off. So this is what I've drawn out roughly on the, you might see it in a minute, on the panels. So you can see the layout of the room. It's somewhere around about 3.9 meters wide, about 13 foot wide, and something like 2.4 meters deep, or 8 foot deep. So again, it's a decent enough size. You'd comfortably get a double bed into there, and wardrobe and whatever else you would need. So I'm fairly happy with that. I think if you did it the same size as bedroom one, I think it's a bit of a waste, because invariably this is going to be what's going to be guest staying, or it's going to be kids staying, or something similar. So you just need to ensure that you've got sufficient accommodation. And also, worst ways downstairs, you can also create almost a temporary fourth bedroom with a sofa bed in the area, which was the guy's old bedroom. So there's sufficient room, I think, for accommodating people. And if a family's come in and they've got girls and boys, then it means you can accommodate all the sexes, which is always a good thing. So I'm keeping this one as 13 foot by 8 foot, so or 3.9 meters by 2.4 meters. And again, there's no issue at all with head height. You're not banging your head on beams that are low, and there's just the chimney breast just to tidy up a wee bit. That's the only thing. The only sort of other feature in the room is the chimney breast on the left hand side. But that's bedroom 2, and then we'll look back again at the plan. So again, you can see bedroom 2, and obviously you can see it's not to scale, because obviously that's a bit too square. How I've drawn it, but it gives you an idea anyway. And then bedroom 3 is possibly obviously the slightly more awkward of all the bedrooms, because it's having to accommodate the shower room as well, kind of in what would have been the space for the bedroom. But I always prefer to have something like a shower room upstairs at least. I'm not keen on just having sort of a bathroom downstairs. There'll be a toilet and a basin downstairs, but upstairs, I think it's better if the shower room, the main shower room, the main bathroom is there. And it's not taking up vast amounts of space, but it is obviously taking up some space. So bedroom 3, you come through the door and you've got, it's possibly a bit of storage space either side of the door, just because I've just staggered the wall a wee bit, or will be staggering the partition between bedroom 2 and bedroom 3. So just to try and give it as much space possible. The one big bonus with bedroom 3 is this is the one which has got can have the large window, which is almost like French doors. It's just not quite got the head height for it, but at least you have that there. So that's the one where I'll be looking to put like the Juliet balcony or something similar, so that you can have the windows wide open there, and you've got space to sit and take a coffee or a tea or whatever takes your fancy. So there you can see the layout of it. It's sort of staggered a wee bit. So when you're coming into the doorway, they'll have to try and make some storage there on one side or the other to utilise that space. And then again, what I've done is put a bit of plywood down, and then I marked the dimensions again, so that you can get a rough idea of what sort of sizes you're playing at. I mean, all 3 bedrooms in real terms would be classed as double rooms, because you will be able to get a double bed into each of those bedrooms comfortably. It's just unfortunate with the bedroom 3 that I've had to give away a wee bit of space for the shower room. But anyway, so what you have is you've got 11 foot at its maximum, so that's like 3.1 meters. But the overall size of the room is something like 2.2 meters, which is about 7'6", and then it's about 9 foot deep, which is 2.7 meters. And then obviously, like, so you've got the window on the top right hand side there. So that would be, obviously it's going to be possibly a child's room. If you've got families coming over to stay, that's going to be 1 or 2 kids are going to be in there. And then you've got the bedroom 2, which will take the other ones, and then the master bedroom. So I'm fairly happy with the layout. If anybody's seen anything glaringly obvious that I'm missing, by all means, drop me a comment, drop me a line in the comments. But I don't see as another. I looked at this lots of different ways, and I can't see it any better way of laying out the 3 bedrooms in that space. I had thought whether I could put the shower room into where the first bedroom was, but it doesn't work, and you've got such a long run then because for the evacuation of the waste, everything's on that side where you can see the ladder poking up through the. This is where the window is going to be, and the soul pipes on that side, and so it made sense to me to have the shower room within this side rather than the other side. Um, Other than that, you would have had slightly more balanced bedrooms on this side. But I just think it would be a lot of hassle trying to get the water away from the shower. You running it right the way across the house effectively, which I don't really want to be doing. So that's what I'll be doing with that. And then I'll be looking to hopefully make sort of a mezzanine, which will be almost directly above the shower room, where the little skylight is, which would be quite a nice feature. And I might give that to bedroom 3 just to make up the fact that they lose a wee bit of space because of the shower room, so they can benefit from having that little mezzanine as well in their room. So we go back to the plan again, so there you can see bedroom 3. Let's say it's sort of slightly odd shaped, but it's got the benefit of the window, and it will have the benefit of the little mezzanine that I'm going to put in. So that's that. And then the final one to look at would be the showroom. So my extensive drawing plans of showing you there, there's going to be something like a 90 centimetre shower cabin I'm going to put in. I like them. I just think they're great. Everything's already there. It's just literally you're just attaching the hot and cold to it and the waste, and away you go. So yeah, you've got. It looks tiny there. I mean, possibly is compact, particularly if you're an American looking at this, you'd probably be in shock and horror how small it is. But it's sufficient to take a 3 foot shower cabin plus a basin plus a toilet. So I mean, what else? Really, what else do you need? You can do all your stuff with that. And the entrance would be to the left hand side there as you come in. So that's just off the corridor there. And again, I've just done this basic, chalked out a little bit of something on the plywood. So hopefully you can kind of see that. The dimensions wise, it's around about 1.8 meters long, which is around about 6 foot, and it's 1.4 meters deep, which is 4'6", something like that. Which is just about enough to get the shower cubicle in, and the toilet. I might have to rejig the toilet, put the toilet where the basin is, put the basin where the toilet is. But I can play around with that anyway once I start to put everything in place. Once I see the layout properly. So that's the shower room. And like I say, downstairs there will be a toilet and a basin. So if you have got guests, if you've got people staying at the house, they don't need to be constantly going upstairs just to use the loo. There'll be a loo downstairs as well, which will be just off the kitchen. So like I said, that's my layout. That's what I propose to have. The layout for the 3 bedrooms and the shower room. And like I say, if anybody out there thinks I'm missing something, by all means, you can drop me a comment, and I'll take a look at it. I'll give it serious consideration before I put it in the bin. I'm only kidding. Right, so something a bit different this one. Actually, somebody recently requested if I will do a complete plan for the house and the gardens and the barns at a later stage. I was intending to do this for the bedrooms anyway because it's first time really. I'd I'd cemented the idea in my mind exactly how I was going to lay it out after looking at this for a long, long time, looking at it for weeks really, these areas. So that's what I've come up with. And then, like I said, I will do another one for the entire house, how the gardens work, and how the barns are situated. Anyway, thanks as ever for watching. Thanks for all your kind comments, and I shall catch you on the next video.